And once again, Minikea, and welcome to this little FIFA 16 kind of E3 review or an impression video, if you like. And I can't say I can't say more than I'm excited. I just can't say more than that. I've seen a lot of YouTubers bash EA for what they've done and bash EA for the fact that there's not enough updates or that they didn't reel off a list of 20 different things that they've changed in this game, and then pretty much just that's it. You never hear about it for the rest of the year, because the whole point of EA and the whole point, the selling point of FIFA 16 is to get you enticed slowly but surely, and to keep that hype train pretty much going. I mean, FIFA 15 isn't over yet. It's nearly over. It's probably got a couple of more. It's probably got a month left to run until we properly see FIFA 16 kind of take over the FIFA 15 role. So I don't know what people were expecting, if they were disappointing, because FUT and career mode was never going to be announced. None of the game modes were ever going to be announced, really, apart from women's football, which didn't really go into much detail about, other than we have women into our game, and we've been working on this for a good couple of years. So I don't really understand why they said that they were going to go into further detail about that, because they really didn't. But other than that, I've read some impressions as well. But I'm going to have to go straight back to when I first watched the E3 preview of it yesterday or last night, and I can't say I wasn't disappointed when I was watching it. It was a bit like I've sat here through a bunch of games I couldn't care about. There's so many Star Wars games. I lost count in the end. I think there was about 3 at the end of it, but I don't know why EA are on the Star Wars franchise all of a sudden. There was also a couple of indie games that seemed pretty decent, and a random mobile game in the middle of an EA Sports the EA Sports segment of the EA conference, which is really weird. I don't know why that happened, but to say the least, I wasn't very impressed. They didn't go into much detail. I think the delivery of it was pretty poor. Like, they didn't go in enough detail. Like, the past years, they've shown things. They've pretty much shown things. Even the trailer was a bit piss poor, because it didn't show anything. It just showed, people scoring goals and Aguero doing an overhead bicycle kick, which I just don't understand why they do that in every single trailer. Every trailer you've ever watched of FIFA, they always have a bicycle kick in there, and it never happens. It doesn't. It rarely happens in real life, and in FIFA it just happens all the time. In the trailers, just Aguero flicking it up and pulling off a random overhead kick, but there you go. Also, Pele randomly being interviewed. I don't even think he had an idea what he was doing there, but there you go. So I was quite disappointed in it, and I can't lie that I was. But then I read some impressions on it, and the impressions got me. That's where it got me, and that's where I went, okay, right, you've got my attention now, EA. What's this? And I read Foothead's impressions, and they seem pretty excited about it. Foothead do kind of work close with the EA, and I'd be very surprised if they weren't. I'm not going to say they weren't um, being held at gunpoint, but they had to give kind of a better review of it than they probably given over the years. But it did generally seem like they actually had fun with it. They actually had things in there that haven't been on previous FIFAs, or it's a new thing. And one of the things that I read was the R1 plus X pass, which I think is on PlayStation, where the passes are now kind of like through balls, I suppose, in a way, but it's hard. It's kind of hard hitting passes to get it beyond the midfield. As well as that, you have to make up 5 to 6 passes before you can actually get a gap in midfield, which is quite interesting. And your players now work like players; they actually play like players. They're trying to cut out balls that go through, and they don't take anything for granted. They don't just watch the ball go past and just go, "Right, I'm leaving that." So that sounded fun, and I can't express enough how fun that sounded. As well as that, you obviously have the trainer mode, which a lot of people don't like, and I can't understand why you wouldn't like that. Not only for current people, maybe for current people it's not much of a good feature, because, well, we know how to play the game, but for new players that's incredible, because you're learning while you're playing, and you're learning in such a way that you're not pressured. Like skill games for me, I don't learn anything from skill games. It's just a piss about on a park for me. That's all it is. It's all it ever has been. But for the new people, obviously this trainer mode will definitely, hopefully, get them up to scratch with it in a real game situation, because I feel as if that's not been taken to as much notice, because obviously old gamers were like, why the hell would I want this? I know how to play the game, but I think they're forgetting that actually lots of people come in and watch football and play football. I want to play FIFA, or don't even watch football, but just like the FIFA series and want to kind of get into it. So for me, that's a really cool addition. Uh, I'm not trying to lick EA's arse here, but there you go. But that's whatever. And also, no touch dribbling. There are a couple of things I do think might be overpowered. The no touch dribbling might be a little bit overpowered. I can see that being used a lot in FIFA 16 just because I don't think the defender will actually ever get the ball off the man. I feel like while the ball won't move with the player, I feel like the player is still going to be in control of the ball. So all it's going to do is just move a defender out of the way, and it could become very overpowered to just defend, because if you can't really defend something like that if the ball is still attached to the player, if you like. But I suppose I suppose it's different on the AI kind of aspects. If you're playing against it in real life, it might. If you're playing with it in like an online game, you might have more success getting the ball back than you would against the AI. So I don't know how that's going to come about. The same with the R1 plus X I was speaking about earlier. That does seem like it could be a little bit overpowered. I've heard that the ball doesn't always stick to the man, but when it does, it sticks, which kind of makes me feel as if, well, if it's going to stick 9 times out of 10, then I'm never going to get that ball off anyone, and that pass is just going to be used over and over again. It's going to be like the over-the-top through balls from FIFA 14, and that worries me quite a bit. I don't know, obviously I haven't played it, so I don't know what it's like, or what it's going to be like. I'm very excited to get my hands on it, probably in September. It'll probably be by September when the demo comes out that I'll be able to play it. Hopefully sooner, who knows? But I say hint, hint. But yeah, apart from that, I can't really say that EA haven't added anything. A lot of people said, "Oh, it's just FIFA 15," without actually looking at anything, or without reading the impressions, or without going into any, kind of detail about what they've just seen. They've just gone, "Oh, you can pass a ball, brilliant." Not gonna lie. I think the gameplay or the look of it still looked like FIFA 15, but I feel like FIFA 15 had the look spot on, but it was just the gameplay that didn't work for me. And so if they don't change anything about the look of it, add a couple of new stadiums, and that's fine with me. I don't see anything problem with that. It's it's not for EA to change up a game and change the look of a game every 5 minutes. I prefer new gameplay. I think there was like 4 things that they added in there in the conference that was new, as well as women's team in there as well, which made it 5 new things. So it'd be interesting to see, but I do hope to play it, and it's a lot better than, obviously. Hopefully, it's going to be a lot better than FIFA 15. Sorry, but that'll be it for this video. I want to know your impressions of it. What do you think of not only the conference, but if you've ever read Foothead's impressions, I will put the impression of the game that they played down the bottom, but in the description. But yeah, let me know if you're excited for FIFA 16, or if you just feel it's like it's the same with FIFA 15. And give me reasons. Don't just say, "Oh, it's because it's EA and EA are a bit crap." But yeah, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.